The Washington Commanders have decided to part ways with Kliff Kingsbury.
Welcome to the Commanders Supreme Club. We are building something legendary here, but we need you strong. Hit that like button right now. Show your power. Share this with your crew. Let them know where the real action is happening. And most importantly, subscribe. Don't miss a single moment of greatness. Join the family. We are waiting for you.
So like and subscribe. So the Washington Commanders have decided to part ways with Kliff and Joe Whitt Jr. I don't think we should be surprised by this. The way the offense and defense perform. They also said the way the offense and defense perform, I don't think we should be surprised. This is NFL stands for not for long. And if they also let the offensive line coach go, was Bobby Johnson. They let him go. So this is NFL is a production business. Stands for not for long. So if you're not producing, a lot of people want to get rid of you. So they decided to part ways. If I'm not mistaken, Bobby Johnson came along with Kliff. That's his guy. They came along at the same time. And things just didn't work out. Now some people have said that this guy might be the next offensive coordinator. He used to be the coach for the New York Giants. Some people say he might be in the run-ins for the next offensive coordinator. And this guy might be the new defensive coordinator. I don't even know who he is, to be honest. I just know he's coach for Chicago. I really don't know much about him, to be honest. I think back in the day he used to be a special teams coach for New England, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know much about him. I didn't know much about him until he became coach for the New York Giants. And I really still don't know much about him. And then some people have said he used to be the offensive coach for Buffalo when Josh Allen first got there. But I still really don't know much about him, to be honest. But hey, maybe he'll do a good job if he come over to the Commanders. I can't. You just never know. You never really know how these types of things are gonna go, to be honest. You really don't know. You can think you know how it's gonna go. And you have to understand, just because one coach has success with one team, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to transfer over to another team. It depends on the players. The players make the coaches look good. That's right. The players make the coaches look good. Now, I think maybe we didn't have the right players on offense and defense for these coaches to be successful. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe it's something about their coaching that the players didn't get. I don't know. But I know one thing. It just didn't work out. So these two guys, they're gone. They parted ways. And that's it. I know yesterday, Adam Peters and Dan Quinn had a press conference, and they were talking about changes that will be made, and they're trying to get the team to get better, trying to upgrade the team, and because they don't want the same thing to happen over again, or they don't want this to ever happen over again. Man, you can't predict that. Best you can do is just try to bring in as much talent as you can and try to hire the best staff as you can. That's the best you can do. You can't predict the record or what's going to happen in the near future. You know what I'm saying? That's the best he can do. That's the best he can really do, really. That's the best Adam Peters can do. He can't really say what's going to happen. You know, it is what it is. It's tough. NFL is a tough business, man. You know, but one thing I can say is they do have some talent. Got a good quarterback. Got some receiver. You got Burks. You found him. You know, there's some good things that happened. You found Burks this season. You know, I think he was more like kind of like a walk-on. And I think he did enough to deserve a roster spot on the team. Traylon Burks, that's just my opinion, you know. Now, what's going to happen with Debo? I don't know, you know. But I think they should go in the draft and get another receiver regardless. And get a running back. They just need some playmakers. It can't be just Jaden making plays by himself all the time. It seems like on offense, if Jaden didn't make no plays, they probably would lose on offense. And same as defense. I got some playmakers. You can't just have somebody make a play every once in a while. And you need a pass rusher. Mainly two. At least one. Martin is good. Martin's a good pass rusher. Von Miller's a good pass rusher, but you need somebody that's better. You know, I like Martin and I like Von Miller, and a couple guys got hurt. Wise got hurt. Another guy got hurt. So when you get these guys back, and hopefully you get at least one pass rusher in the draft or through free agency, because there's going to be some guys out there in free agency that they can sign on offense and defense. It's really up to Adam Peters and how much money they're willing to spend. But it's going to be some guys out there. You're going to be surprised. You're going to really be surprised. This off-season free agency is going to be way better than last year. Just stay tuned. You know, I'll keep updating you on what I've been hearing out here. There's gonna be some guys out here that Washington can definitely sign if they're willing to pay. You know, pay the money. You got to pay to play. Look at Philadelphia. Philadelphia pretty much went all out. You know, they went all out this season. They signed anybody that was worth signing. But Philadelphia, they signed them. They weren't playing around. You know, now during that trade time, Philly got everybody. You know, Adam Peters didn't do that. I don't know what he was trying to do, or trying to save some money. I don't know, but whatever. But hey, you tell me what you think. Like, share this episode. Don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.
Welcome to Commander Supreme Club, where we break down the games, call out the problems, and talk Washington football honestly.
Let's go, Commanders! We stand together! Strive!